Assalamu alaikum. This podcast has been brought to you by Seekers Guidance, the global Islamic seminary. Help us spread the light of prophetic guidance to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Make a small donation at seekersguidance.org/donate. As little as $10 a month can help people find life-changing guidance.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.
To what extent can someone sing poetry in praise of the Prophet ﷺ?
To what extent can someone sing poetry in praise of the Prophet ﷺ? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised the Prophet ﷺ with praise without limits. وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ. We have raised your mention. وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. And you are indeed, truly, above and beyond tremendous character. Right? And there are numerous degrees of emphasis there. وَإِنَّكَ La, the lam is of emphasis. وَإِنَّكَ, the inna is for emphasis. The lam is for emphasis. Ala, upon, right? It's not just saying that you have. It's not just a relationship of you having good character, but you are upon, above and beyond even description by good character. And it's not good character, it's khuluqin azim, tremendous character. And the divine praise of the Prophet ﷺ in the Quran is tremendous. And he is described, only mentioned with terms of praise, terms of endearment, etc. So this hesitancy about praising the Prophet ﷺ is something that's contrary to the Islamic tradition, contrary to the Quran itself. It's contrary to the Prophet ﷺ's own mention of himself. He himself praised himself because he was commanded to. أَنَا سَيِّدُ وَلَدِ آدَمْ وَلَا فَخْرٍ. I am the master of the children of Adam. The Sayyid, the foremost, the most noble, right? The master. That's what the term master, even in English, from which you have Mr. Yeah, Sayyid. And a Sayyidu waladi Adam. I'm the master, the foremost, the preeminent of all the children of Adam. Wala fakhr. And this is not a boast, it's a fact. And he said it because he was commanded to. And many, many other praises that he himself said. And he ascribed to himself. And this was the sunnah of the Sahaba. Right? The Sahaba praised the Prophet ﷺ, very emphatic. Right? يَقُولُ نَاعِتُهُ لَمْ أَرَى قَطٌ قَبْلَهُ وَلَا بَعْدَهُ مِثْلَهُ. Right? As several companions said, anyone who described him would say that I never saw anyone before nor will ever see after who compares to him. Right? So this idea of the Prophet ﷺ being incomparable in his qualities is something many Sahaba themselves affirmed. Even his enemies praised him emphatically. We have the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari from Abu Sufyan, when he went to complain to the Emperor of Rome about the Prophet ﷺ, when he said, well, describe him to me. And he gave his complaint about him, that he calls us to worship just one God, and then the whole thing is a praise. Right? So, the Prophet ﷺ did say, لا تطروني كما أطرت النصارى عيسى ابن مريم. Do not be excessive in praising me as the Christians praised Jesus the son of Mary. And itra is praise that is untrue. Is praise that is untrue. The praise that is praiseworthy in the Islamic tradition is madh, from which you have madih. Right? And madh is to mention the dhikru sifat al-mahmuda. Right? Is to mention the praiseworthy qualities of someone. Okay? And the praiseworthy qualities of the Prophet ﷺ are, he is the greatest of Allah's creation. Right? No one compares to him in quality and virtues. Right? So you can't make things up about the Prophet ﷺ. Say, oh, the Prophet ﷺ used to Actually, even if you say it, there will be similar things. The Prophet said he used to fly in the air. Well, he didn't used to fly in the air regular, but he flew to Jerusalem, right? Right? But it'd be hard to make up. Like he said, he played basketball better than Michael Jordan. That would be the kind of foolish thing. But playing basketball better than Michael Jordan is not a virtue, right? There's no reward in that in itself, right? But any praiseworthy quality, the Prophet ﷺ possesses it in its highest imaginable human extent. And this is a beautiful part of the Islamic tradition. And if you look at the praise of the Sahaba, they were emphatic in their praise of the Prophet ﷺ. It wasn't just, well, let's figure out what we can say or what we can't say. They were very emphatic. Sayyidina Hassan ibn Thabit, كَأَنَّكَ قَدْ خُلِقْتَ كَمَا تَشَاءُ. It's as if you were created the way you would have wished. Right? Abdullah ibn Rawah said, روح الفداء لمن أخلاقه شهدت بأنه خير مولود من البشر. My soul be ransom to the one whose character bears witness that he is the best ever born from humanity. لو لم تكن فيه آيات مبينة, had there not been actual verses manifest as manifest proofs regarding him, لكانت بديهته تغني عن الخبر. Just the way he was would be sufficient from requiring any reports. And many other, so the Sahaba were very emphatic in praise of the Prophet ﷺ, right? Also from, I believe it's from Abdullah ibn Rawah, but from one of the companions, he said, له راحة لو أن معشارها لو أن معشار جودها على البر لكان البر أندى من البحر. He has a hand so generous that if only a tenth of its generosity fell upon the dry land, the land would be wetter than the oceans. Well, that's hyperbole in a literal sense, but the Sahaba had that, and poetry has hyperbole and so on. However, if someone wants to praise the Prophet ﷺ, what we would recommend is learn about the Prophet ﷺ. Right? Learn about the Prophet ﷺ. Learn about the shama'il, the qualities, the description of the Prophet ﷺ, the whole science, the description of his physical appearance, of his character, of his conduct, of his habits. And whoever learns about the Prophet, as Sayyidina Ali said, "Man ra'ahu badihatan haba." Whoever saw him for the first time would be awed by him. وَمَنْ خَالَطَهُ مَعْرِفَةً أَحَبَّهُ. And whoever kept his company and came to know him would fall in love with him. Right? Which is why, of course, on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Toronto time, here at Seekers Hub Toronto, we're starting a class on one of the extensive books on the description of the Prophet ﷺ, called Ar-Rawdul Basim, literally the Smiling Garden, by Imam Abdul Ra'uf al-Munawi, which is 1,000 hadiths, roughly, in description of the character, of the physical appearance, character, and conduct of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
Thank you for listening. This podcast was brought to you by Seekers Guidance, the Global Islamic Seminary. Visit SeekersGuidance.org to access reliable Islamic knowledge taught by qualified teachers. We offer a wide range of courses, podcasts, articles, and a world-class answer service. Support us in spreading free, reliable Islamic knowledge to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Visit SeekersGuidance.org/donate and make a small monthly commitment today. Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever guides someone to goodness will have a similar reward." So don't forget to share this podcast and spread prophetic guidance.